lovely family, welcome to my cooking channel. I have a dessert recipe today. We're going to be making puff puff that does not need to rise. And to do this, you need self-raising flour, not the all-purpose flour, because self-raising flour already has the raising agent, so you don't need to add any yeast, nothing, no baking powder, no baking soda, nothing. For this particular recipe, I'll be using 3 cups of self-raising flour, which I have sieved already. I added some sugar, some nutmeg, and I'm just going to mix all this together. So for this, you don't need it to rise, you don't need to wait at all, but you need some liquid elements to mix it, and I'm going to be using some natural unsweetened yogurt. I'll be using 2 cups added gradually over the course of like mixing this. I'll be adding some liquid milk as well. I used 1.5 cups, and I will also be mixing it gradually because sometimes you can never be too sure, your consistency might be too runny. So I always like to start with it being hard, then gradually making it loose and to the desired consistency I want. So just keep on mixing it. You have to mix it well because you know it's not going to rise. I'm not going to set it aside for rising. So I went back with my milk because as you can see, it was still very hard. I added some yogurt as well, and that was everything I needed. So with this, you have to be careful. Just make sure when you mix it, you can see that it has become um, better than how it was before. Now it's time to fry. What I am doing is I am not using my to scoop. I'm using my small spoon to scoop. So I usually take some of the oil and just rub the spoon in it so that it's easy for it to drop. That way it will drop easily into the pan of hot oil. So you will just keep dropping all your puff puff batter into the pan of hot oil. Be careful so that you don't overcrowd the pan. It needs some space. Don't worry how my puff puff looks. It's frying on one side, and I'll be ready to flip it to the other side at this point. So for many people, it's better when you use your hands, but sometimes I always keep using my hands and I use my scoop and it still comes out well rounded. You'll see at the end of the video. So you have to fry this on medium heat. I would advise you not to make it too hot from the beginning. If not, your puff puff will be cooked on the outside, but inside will not be cooked at all. And at this point, it was ready for me to scoop it. It was well cooked already. The total cooking process or the total frying process was about 10 minutes. You can see that the oil was not too hot. You have to make sure it's not too hot so that it's well cooked all round. And at this point, I brought out and I scooped out all my puff puff, and it is ready. So you can actually coat it with some sugar. This is optional if you don't want to, but because I didn't use a lot of sugar from the beginning, I like doing this method. So guys, this is how to make puff puff easily from the comfort of your home. No need to wait for 1 hour for it to rise, and our puff puff is ready. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this recipe, please share, please subscribe, and I'll see you in my subsequent videos. Bye.